The presumed increase in carbon dioxide levels began about 1860 to 1880 or so, and this is supposed to be because of industrialization and rapid increases in the burning of fossil fuels. But there were higher levels of carbon dioxide, not only higher than those today, but much more variable than those reported today. There was a wide range, some of them up to 500 parts per million, generally about 400 to 500, while today's level that is often quoted is a little under 400. So there were higher levels of carbon dioxide in the early to mid-1800s. And these were reliable measurements taken in air, not measurements taken in ice cores, where carbon dioxide and water are both present and can react with each other, so you don't really know whether those levels are representative of air concentrations or not. There's rapid change all the time in the levels of carbon dioxide, not in terms of 80 parts per million over the course of a century, but 80 parts per million seasonally and several parts per million in the course of a day, because these things are fluctuating up and down all the time. Water vapor is supposed to be responsible for 60 to 90% of the presumed greenhouse effect, depending on whose estimate you use and whether you include clouds, and it fluctuates even more than carbon dioxide does. Its concentration in air can vary from less than that of carbon dioxide, a few hundred parts per million under very cold and dry conditions, to as much as 4%, or 40,000 parts per million under very hot and humid conditions. In the tropics, a shift from 0 to 100% relative humidity would be an increase of 40,000 parts per million in the presumed greenhouse gas concentration. Each 1% increase in relative humidity at those temperatures would involve an increase of about 400 parts per million in the presumed greenhouse gas concentration, or the equivalent of a doubling of the concentration of carbon dioxide that people worry so much about. So the rate of change in concentrations of carbon dioxide and water in the atmosphere is far faster than what we're supposed to be afraid of. And it happens every day.